Weeks for first responders in Fairfax County. Police are investigating a series of violent incidents, 2 homicides in just 2 days, and multiple dangerous street takeovers while still managing the aftermath of the home explosion in Centerville. And joining us now to talk about all of this is Fairfax County Chief of Police Kevin Davis. Chief, always good to see you. Thanks so much for taking the time out to talk to us. I understand we have an update on this deadly stabbing at the bus stop on Route 1 from last night.
Hi, Annie. Thank you. 30 seconds ago, I was just informed that we took Abdul Jallo into custody. So he is a very strong person of interest in the stabbing that occurred in Hybel Valley on Route 1. So we're so thankful for everyone's help, putting the word out there, putting his image out there. We took him into custody, and just a little inside baseball, he was shoplifting from an ABC liquor store. That's how we got him. But nonetheless, he's in handcuffs, and we're looking to progress that case very quickly.
And just to bring our viewers up to date, for those who aren't familiar with that case, this was last night at a bus stop where a woman was just waiting for a bus. Do we know what led up to this?
Annie, we have no motive whatsoever. We know that this woman in her early 40s was seated on a bench at a bus stop, apparently by herself, and she was approached and stabbed to death. Several stab wounds, no apparent motive whatsoever. But our detectives work really, really hard with our patrol officers to develop this person of interest. And we anticipate additional announcements either later tonight or tomorrow about his status.
Chief, I want to also ask you about the home gas explosion in Centerville. We just learned this afternoon that there may be new information about where the gas leak originated. What can you tell us about that? I know police officers have been on the scene assisting with that scene.
Yeah, well, our great fire department is primary on that, so I can't speak with any specificity about new developments in terms of gas leak locations, but I know that they are 24/7, along with the gas companies and NTSB, really working hard on behalf of that community, because they, like everyone else, wants these folks who have been temporarily displaced from their homes to go back home. And the sooner the better, but everyone's being extremely patient and cooperative. This is a matter of life or death, getting this right. And our fire department is committed to just doing just that. And from an assistance standpoint, Annie, we're just providing some support with traffic safety and perimeter security, et cetera.
Chief, yesterday you held a press conference, just a heartbreaking story, a horrific story out of the section of Mantua in Fairfax County. Authorities, you all informed us that a man killed his wife, his own daughter, and seriously injured his son-in-law, all inside this home on Pimmen Circle, followed by a police shooting. Do you have any updates on what could have led up to the stabbings or on the condition of the surviving victim?
Yeah, well, Annie, speaking of a lack of motive, we don't have motive in this one either. And in Fairfax County, we went well over 2 months without a homicide. To have 3 people killed in Fairfax County in a matter of hours is unusual. The son-in-law is his status has been upgraded to critical, so that's good news for us. He's not yet in a position to talk to detectives, but we're hoping as his condition continues to improve, we'll be able to speak to him, God willing, at some point and find out exactly what happened. We know that his father-in-law stabbed and killed not only his own daughter, but his own wife before he turned the knife on his son-in-law. And our brave police officers entered into that apartment dwelling while this crime was still in progress. So I credit our police officers assigned to the Mason District Station with potentially saving his life, but certainly the 1-year-old little baby who arguably was the next victim, if not for the actions of Fairfax County police officers.
Right. You know, that incident has really shaken the community and the neighbors there. Have you heard from any of the neighbors, or are you relying on some tips? What can the public do to assist police in this case?
Well, Annie, actually, we've heard a lot from the community because people want to know how they can help and how they can help the baby. And our Victim Services Division, along with Child Protective Services, they're working really, really hard to get in touch with next of kin. I think some of the next of kin may not reside in America, so those notifications are going on right now, but really just looking out for the welfare of the child. I think there's a GoFundMe page that's been established, and we'll share that with you offline. But the community really just wants to know how they can help. Again, like I said yesterday, there is no history of calls for service or domestic violence or any crimes whatsoever at this residence. So it's still perplexing and very disturbing. I've been on many crime scenes in my career, and this was certainly one of the bloodiest in my 34 years.
Trying to squeeze in as much as I can here. Police across the DMV, they're investigating multiple street takeovers that happened this weekend. I want to show our viewers this video of one that happened in Montgomery County. We also know that Fairfax County police had to shut down the intersection of Georgetown Pike and Dolly Madison. I think that's right by the CIA building, Chief. Why are these street takeovers so dangerous, and what are you all doing to help, stop them?
So, Annie, whether you call them street takeovers or reckless driving or exhibition driving, it's that time of year when the weather just starts to show signs of getting warmer that in the National Capital Region, we're going to deal with these. And we changed our posture a couple summers ago when one of our police officers had her cruiser surrounded by this group, and her cruiser was being rocked back and forth. So we dedicate a ton of resources, both in terms of intelligence, crime analysis. When we know where these folks are going, we show up, and we show up en masse, and we shut them down. We've also been part of some legislative enhancements to exhibition driving, because right now the consequences for this really reckless and dangerous behavior do not meet the seriousness of the offenses. And this is not your uncle showing up in his 1957 at a car show. This is dangerous, it's deadly, it's reckless, and it has to be a concerted legislative effort to make the consequences more severe.
All right, Chief Davis, we have to end there. Appreciate your time as always, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Police Chief of Fairfax County, Kevin Davis, joining us this afternoon.